Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Today I will continue the subject I spoke about previously, about the etheric body. Remembering, the etheric body is a layer of energy, which you have above the physical body. It's like a bubble surrounding you, but with a certain thickness. Then the etheric body reproduces your entire physical body. And why isn't he seen? Because it is energy, so it reproduces your physical body, energetically speaking. I have already explained here that there is an exchange between the physical body and the etheric body. All the bodies that you have are brought by the soul at the moment of incarnation, from that fractal that is incarnating. So when that fractal disembodies, it takes all these bodies with it. And when he incarnates again, the bodies return and remain outside the physical body. Very good. Then the soul passes into the etheric body, all these feelings, all the actions, all the scars, that she collected along her journey, and especially, those feelings that she was unable to digest. It's always worth highlighting how interesting it is. Positive feelings are quickly forgotten. You are not saying here that you don't remember, but you insist to repeat, to remember, to always dwell on those negative events. What happens when you do this? You give more strength to that feeling. So that's what I'm going to complement the subject of the etheric body today. I told you that the soul bears scars, from poorly digested feelings, precisely from feelings nurtured over time. Your chakras are there, maintaining the balance of all of this, keeping those minds well hidden so they don't explode. This is the perfect body. Then you start to live. What do positive feelings, positive actions, positive thoughts feed? They feed this balance of your chakras, because they are positive feelings, actions, and thoughts. In other words, they are light, and where there is light, there is balance, there is the production of good things. So, your organisms work in balance, your glands function perfectly, you sleep well, you maintain an ideal weight, because you don't eat to satisfy your sadness, you try to eat correctly, from time to time you even slip up, but it's so small that it doesn't take the overall context out of balance. So, that's what I always say here, you are trying to eat correctly. Then one day, you go to a party, where you can't help but eat those sweets. After all, that doesn't happen every day in your life. My brothers, no one is prohibited from anything, eat the sweets. But what do you have to do? It's not about carrying more sweets home, ate at the party, it's over. And then the next day, eat fresh food, local food, without meat, so that your body rebalances, from that load of sweets you ate. Did you understand? This is how you can get out of line every now and then and get back into it. It's not just cutting everything out and never again. Whoever has willpower and achieves this, congratulations. I will say that you have never actually been addicted to anything. But anyone who has an addiction to sweets, like the example I mentioned, always relapses. And that's not what's going to make her step out of line, into the fifth dimension. As long as that imbalance is compensated the next day, with lots of water, with fresh food and food from the land, and without meat of any kind. Then I tell you, everything is rebalanced again. Look at my example, a party. For the vast majority here, parties don't happen every day, they are parties like this, quite sporadic. So this slip was sporadic. Then some will say, but then, every weekend, I'll do this and the next day, I'll balance it out. Oops. Oops. Then you are constantly stepping out of line and that will take a toll. Everything, my brothers, has to have balance. Understand what I said, you can step out of line, you rarely can. But it's not always the case, because if this becomes a constant, then the balance goes out of whack. Returning to feelings. So you have good feelings, you are balancing your bodies, their bodies shine, because those positive feelings emanate light. And you feel happy, you feel joyful, sometimes for nothing, you are laughing for nothing. There are days when you wake up with indescribable joy. Why am I like this? Nothing special happened to me, but I'm happy, I'm happy. What is that? It's your body telling you, thank you. It is your etheric body telling you, thank you. Your other bodies saying, thank you. You put us on an even keel. Then you feel this joy out of nowhere, this joy that comes from within and that you don't know why you are like this. So now you know, it's your whole body, your aura, your body's all saying, thank you. We are in balance. So my brothers, this is a state you should try to maintain daily. Because there is nothing there is no illness, there is no news, there is nothing that will throw you off balance. You will remain balanced, laughing for nothing, as you usually say. So realize the good you do for yourself when you stay balanced. Balanced in actions, thoughts, words, and food. Never forget that food is what gives your body energy. And this energy can be good or bad. And it will interfere with this quantum, which is added to give a positive or negative value. Very good. Unfortunately, you can't keep it up for long. You are happy one day and the next few days, that joy is gone. Because something has unbalanced you, in one of these sources, feelings, thoughts, actions, and food. One of these caused such an imbalance that you can no longer laugh for nothing. You are thoughtful, overwhelmed, even sad. So it's worth stopping and analyzing, why am I like this? What caused this feeling of sadness in me? Sometimes, my brothers, a single word said by someone is enough for you to think you are rubbish, for you to think you are a nobody. This expression is yours. I'm sorry to those who have that name. There is a point where you have to pay a lot of attention. Those around you who don't resonate with any of this try to unbalance you at all times. I'll tell you why. You don't realize it, but you emanate light. You exude an enviable way of living, you don't comment on news, you don't gossip, you don't talk about other people's lives, you don't judge anyone, you don't criticize anyone. So do you think this goes unnoticed? Do you think those around you don't realize this? That you are immune to the environment? And then what do they do? By their very nature, because they are not awake, they don't like you to be different, because they're not like that, so why do you have to be? Then let's unbalance him. And then you suffer all sorts of attacks. Many times you become unbalanced, because the attack is so deep, the attack is so violent, that you are not yet immune to that type of attack. And then you become unbalanced, they are sad, often tearful. Because you think, I don't deserve this. I am maintaining myself, trying to remain balanced, doing my role, and I am only attacked. My brothers, when you think like this and think of yourself as poor things, think about what Sananda, Jesus, Christ went through on earth. After the enlightenment he was already an evolved soul, he was already an evolved human being. And what did he go through? So why do you think you have to be shielded? Why do you think you don't have to suffer anything? That because you are on the walk, you have to be protected against any type of attack? Was it like that with Jesus? So don't think you're better than anyone else. Then I ask, did he, Sananda, in the figure of Jesus, give up? No, he never gave up. Even those who laughed, who didn't believe, who condemned him, didn't stop him from continuing his journey. And that's what you have to do, continue the journey. My brothers, if it were easy, you would already be there. Why did Sananda, in the figure of Jesus, continue? Because his unconditional love was greater than all that. He wanted to pass on all the teaching he had to everyone. But he bothered so much, he took away the pillars of beliefs in such a way that he became an obstacle to those who wanted to remain in power. The rest of the story, you already know.